What is up, YouTube? Welcome back to another video. Hope you guys are doing great. Hope you guys had a great day. Hope you guys grinded towards your goals today. So this video is going to be kind of similar to other ones, but also a little different. Today's a rest day for me, so I didn't go get a crazy workout in. I'm actually off work right now, and I'm about to go do some cardio at the gym and do some abs and stuff like that. But that's not something that needs too much attention, so I don't really want to put that in this video necessarily. But for this video, I do kind of want to talk about this upcoming month, because it is September now, and this month is going to be a big push towards kind of what I want to see before I start cutting down. Obviously, I'm not going to start prep until November 1st, because that's about 20 weeks before the competition I want to do. But this month is a really important month as far as gaining muscle and stuff like that, because I've gotten back to a point where my body's fed constantly. I'm at the point where I can push myself, strength, all that stuff. And so this upcoming month is going to be really important for me as far as gaining the lean mass that I want before I diet down for this show next year. But yeah, so this month is really gonna kind of be a heads down, do everything I need to for me month. I'm still gonna be putting out content, and I'm still gonna be grinding like that, but it's I don't know, recently, I'm sure I mentioned this in the last video, but I went out, hung out with some friends, and I thought I wasn't gonna drink and stuff like that, but I ended up drinking a little bit, and it just kind of ruined today for me. Because I went out and did that, I didn't feel great in the morning. I lost a bunch of water weight. I felt bad all morning because I overindulged a little. And then it's inhibiting me recovery wise. Mentally, it really messed me up. The idea of not getting the proper recovery and all that stuff this morning after I did it really messed me up. And in the past, it hadn't affected me as much, which was kind of where I think a switch flipped in my brain, where I can't do that anymore. It's one of the things where it's obviously I don't do it a lot. I almost never do it, but I did, and I felt so poorly this morning and kind of most of the day. I'm finally feeling better now, but it's already late, and I'm thank God it was a rest day, so I can still get some recovery in tonight and I can reset. But that's just something that I don't think I can let happen again, not in the foreseeable future at all. I was super stressed out today about getting my meals in, getting my hydration back up, and I just mentally, I had such a bad mental fog, which is something a lot of people don't think about when it comes to just their health and fitness and all that stuff. Is when you start taking supplements or treating your health properly that clear your mind, it is crazy when you see a switch and you have that mental fog. It is so hard to think of things to do. It's so hard to kind of be creative and put out content. Today I slacked a little bit on the content, and that's another thing that bothered me. But it's just a mental fog, and you can't even process anything fully. It was a super weird feeling this morning. But I mean, it was something that I don't want to happen again. And so I'm going to take this as a big learning lesson, and that's why I'm talking about it right now, is I want to learn a lesson from this, that I shouldn't be doing this at all. It doesn't benefit me in the long run, and it it really doesn't benefit me in the short run either. It's very limited satisfaction for just a full following day of just not being happy with myself and with how much work I put in, because I know I put in the work. But when I do stuff like that, I'm like, okay, I need to have better mental fortitude, and being able to go out with friends or hang out with friends and not do something like that when they are is something that I need to work on 100%. And that's something that I want to test myself with through the rest of the off season, because it's off season, I feel like I have a little more leeway, because you're not limited to the calories as much. You're burning a ton of calories just because you have a lot more mass on you. But it's just different. Like, when you have the option to do it, where you want to do it more, and so it takes a lot of your strength to not do it. And so I think that's why not drinking or not and getting better sleep, that's a big thing. Regardless of like alcohol or anything like that, getting better sleep is something I need to work on 100%. I need to start getting more sleep and recovering properly, and that's another goal of mine for the rest of this off season. I need to prioritize that. But it's like I was saying, it's kind of one of those things where it's like in the off season I feel like I'm not as limited. I can kind of like, oh, okay, I'll have this meal instead of this one. As long as the calories are there and the macros are there, it doesn't matter as much. Whereas in a prep or a diet, you kind of need to be scheduled. You need to be this, no outside distractions, get to bed on time, no excuses. Because if you have a night where you go 1,000 calories over, or you stop doing your cardio, like little things like that, it can just completely set you off like a full week of progress, because you decided that in the moment it wasn't worth what you were doing, and then the next morning you regret it. Whereas in the off season you kind of feel like you can get away with it more, and so it's harder to say no to some of those things. And that's something I'm kind of noticing for sure on my side, is I need to learn that even though I'm in the off season and I'm not as limited on calories, and like I can do that stuff if I want to, it's not benefiting me at all. It really isn't. And I think depending on how the rest of this off season goes, I think it would be very beneficial for me to fully cut it out in general. That I've heard multiple other bodybuilders say that the big, like, especially when they were young, obviously, the biggest thing that they saw a crazy amount of like discipline and progress when they did it was stop drinking. Chris Bumstead, for example, he literally said in college, when he was in his first year of college or whatever, he was going out every weekend and drinking to excess, and then he made little changes. He just stopped. He kept going out, but stopped drinking. And he said that was a night and day difference in just the progress he made in the years that he did that. And so I think even though I barely drink, like I might have drank to excess twice in the past 6 months, which is pretty crazy to think of, considering I'm in college and I'm 21 and all those things where you're like, you could easily do that every weekend if you wanted to. I mean, multiple times a week if you wanted to. But I don't want to. I don't enjoy it. So I just have these lapses in judgment some days. And yesterday was one of those days where you just you don't think far enough ahead. In the moment, you're excited. I was excited. I was hanging out with my friends. I was having fun. And I was like, why not? And then it didn't even cross my mind how today would be, what I needed to get done today. And I think overall that is something that I need to get better at and I need to work at. So, I know this video was a little different. I know it was a rant. I know all that stuff. But I kind of wanted to talk about it, get not not necessarily feedback, but just kind of put it out there, say it out of my own mouth, and so that I can like reflect on it. This video isn't even necessarily so much for you guys, it is for me to reflect and understand that what I did is not beneficial towards my goals, and we're humans, we make mistakes, but in the line of, like, in the career I want to do, social media, bodybuilding, all that stuff, why am I doing things and making decisions that limit how much I can progress towards that goal? And so that's something I kind of wanted to just put out there in the universe, talk about, self-reflect a little on this video, and hopefully this helps me to have more foresight in the future and kind of understand and remember the next time I get put in that situation, remember and be like, I felt really bad when I did that. I felt really like I made no progress, or I felt like I made no progress from my leg day the day before, and I didn't recover, and I got bad sleep, and hydration was all off, and I lost 3 pounds of water weight, and it's just like everything is drastically changed from making that decision, and it was not worth it. When I woke up this morning, I was like, it wasn't even worth it at all. So I hope this video kind of like, maybe you guys struggle with similar things, who knows, but it's something normal that a good amount of people, I would say my age at least, can struggle with pretty easily. And I know a bunch of kids that I'm close to that work out and do all that very consistently, but they also go out and drink very frequently too, and it affects them. Now, some people, it doesn't matter to them as much as it does to me, but because it does matter to me so much on how I want to look and how I want to feel and how much work I want to put in towards this content and bodybuilding, I need to sacrifice that. I need to cut that out of my life. That's the one, it's like one of the main things that I cannot continue doing and be successful in this field or in this, like, just overall, just be successful in the life I want to live. I need to cut this out. So I hope this video was helpful to any of you watching this. I'm gonna go do my cardio, hit my abs, and get the stuff done that I need to today, now that I'm feeling better, because you just have to get right back on the horse after a day like yesterday. You just have to get right back to it the second you can, and take it as a lesson. But that's it. Take it as a lesson and keep working. Don't let it drag you down to the point you're like, I may as well just do nothing today and then I'll start again tomorrow. No, I'm gonna go do it still and put in the effort because I learned my lesson 100%. So I'm gonna go do that right now. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, feel free to like and subscribe and comment down below any feelings you have towards this rant that I gave today, or questions or content you want to see in the future because you just want to see new content. So feel free to do all that. I'm going to go do the cardio. Have a great day. Keep grinding, keep working towards your goals, and make people remember your name.